must clean that one patch of fur. Hello, and welcome to the Rummaging Ferret. So this is what I've been working on. Just kind of the sheebies at the bottom. But last night, I had worked on just practicing my drawing and looking at references for profiles for kind of an anime style. And these are chibis, and all the information is written around each picture. All these came off of Pinterest. That's usually how I do my references. And I don't normally do, like, I draw in an anime style. Like, these are very anime style. That is Fi, and then that is Katana. So I usually kind of draw in that sort of a style. But I was trying to figure out what makes a male face different from a female face when you're looking at a profile. Because, like, you know what they look like, but you don't really break it down too much in your head. You just see a guy's face, and you're like, oh, it's a guy. But, like, how does that differ? And so, male faces have a lot more sharper edges to it, and are a bit more chiseled than female faces. So when I did Fi, I didn't want him to have a real chiseled look. I wanted him to have a younger, kind of gentler look. Almost feminine. So I had to break it down to figure out how to do that. Because I was either drawing it way too feminine or way too masculine, and I needed somewhere in between. And then these are what I usually do for references from Pinterest, is draw from photographs of people. Or like architecture or houses. These are me. I was super bad when I was drawing this. This was not good. This was a bad day. Like, they look so wonky to me. Although I really like this, I don't know why. But I do. It looks so weird though, but I liked it. Or like drawing from Critical Role stream. That they did a one-shot called Monster Hearts, and that was Jamie. Oh, and then I got Keyleth. When they were dressing up as their characters, which they usually do for one-shots. But I did these over the last while. So these were, what is it, 3-1, 3-2. Do I have a day? Yeah. So it's 2-9, 2-8. These were somewhere last month. But the reason I was working on this is because I was working on drawing my own chibis. Because I do have an online store, and so what I was trying to do for the shop is do some keychains that are acrylic, and I wanted to do my original OCs. Me and my best friend kind of share like a large pool of original characters, and so I tend to draw both of mine and hers, but that's like two of them. That's Yelnos, and then Gigi is the cat figure in the back that's like chomping, and then that is more of an angel, not that top one. That top one's terrible. Edit, right? That's actually Dark Zen. So I was thinking about making a keychain of him like that, and there's a list of characters, and even animals that I want to make keychains of. So that's my dog Hokuto. She passed away right after Christmas last year. So that's still kind of fresh, but so I was thinking about making keychains of them, and the keychains I would get would be from China. Custom made, and they would look like this. So I'm kind of gearing myself towards that, but it takes money and an investment to do that. So I'm working on it, but everything's just kind of been chaotic, and it's hard to find time around work, and then, like, do I ever really have time off, you know, for just me and to relax? Because if I'm not at work, I'm typically working on other stuff, and I don't know how to manufacture anything. So I've been trying to spend a lot of time researching what I want to manufacture, how to manufacture, where to get manufacturers, like a list. I have trouble finding any kind of manufacturer in America. And one of the main things that I wanted to do, although this is going to take a ton of money, you could see, like, this is not the manufacturer that I'll probably go with. I don't know who I would actually go with for a manufacturer, but these are the companies that I liked, or links to them. The main thing I want to do is sketchbooks. Like, I really want to put my art on sketchbooks, because I mainly sell art, right? So I sell art prints and I sell art. So the best way to do that is, a lot of people don't usually buy art prints. I mean, there's a few people that do, but mostly what people buy are gonna be shirts, keychains, you know, stuff that's a bit more, well, I wouldn't say a keychain is useful, but a shirt you can wear. And it's something that people can support you, but it also has a use or a function, whereas an art print may just sit on a wall. And a sketchbook is actually functionable, because if you're watching my channel and maybe you like art, you know, you would use an art book, you know, you would use a sketchbook, or just like a zine or a book with like some of my prints in it. So, and that would be something you could use for inspiration or what have you. But, yeah, so I was looking at stickers, I was looking at buttons and magnets and pins, and trying to figure out how to manufacture anything, because I don't know. So, this website's called Alibaba. I don't know if there are others. I don't know if there are other websites that are better than this, or how to even look for, like, I'm going on a wing and a prayer, just trying to figure out how to do this. So, we'll see if maybe this, in all of its layers, and looking way better than this. This is just a quick sketch and doodle just to figure out what I would like to do, and then this was me trying to figure out how other people do chibis, and then how to make my own, essentially, and then turn it into a product. So I'm going through the steps of doing that, and that's just kind of what I've decided to do, because I got tired of working on the shrooms. The mushrooms with the treasure chest. So, best way I found to be productive is to actually try to do a bunch of different tasks. So you're constantly changing it, so you're not getting bored of doing the same repetitive task. So it's not as terrible to do. Does that make sense? So, like, if you get tired of drawing on the computer, try drawing in a sketchbook. Or if you get tired of sitting and drawing at all, get up, do some dishes, be productive, go do your laundry, come back, sit back down. You might feel a little bit more refreshed and ready to go back to the task at hand, while you were still actually doing something productive like laundry. Speaking of which, I should probably do that, but we'll see. You know, or putting stuff away, or unpacking a box, or, you know, what have you. So I just try to vary what tasks I do, so I may not be staying focused on a task, but I'll be able to be more productive in general by doing a bunch of different tasks, and they all just gradually get done. So I hope that helps on productivity. It helps me get more stuff done. But yeah, so that's what I'm working on right now. I don't know, that was terrible. Yeah. So it's I don't even know what time it is. It's 5:23 and the tornado sirens just ended. I might stay in here. I'm actually crammed into the bottom of a closet. I threw everything out of the closet, and I grabbed the ferrets, which is that clinking noise you heard. I stuffed them in a box, and I grabbed their carrier, the tiniest carrier that I got, that really doesn't fit them, and I just jammed it in here with me, and I put them in the carrier while I was in the closet, just in case something happened. That was terrifying. I just woke up to that. Like, the siren's going. It's like an air raid siren. And I'm kind of nervous that it's gonna happen again. It's been stormy most of the day. Not too bad. It's been a light rain on and off. But the wind really picked up as it got dark. So much so that I had a ladder braced up against the house, and I moved the ladder so it wasn't up against the house, so it wouldn't fall and knock out a window. I just laid it on the ground. I didn't even think about a tornado. My ferrets are really angry at me, but I'd rather have them grab and go than not, you know? And I ran to go get some shoes. I may be keeping shoes by my bed from now on. Just in case. Like some hard sole shoes. Yeah. So I'm gonna stay in here for a little bit. This is my closet. This is in my hallway. I don't know. I felt it was the equivalent of the school desks that we used to get under a long time ago. It's the smallest, most covered thing I could think of. And it's really tiny. I mean, it's the size of a door. It's like, I don't know if you can see that, but that's the other wall. I guess closets are generally small, but this is not a bedroom closet. This is a hallway closet. They're really mad at me. I grabbed their leashes, I grabbed their carrier, and I ducked in here. I just started throwing everything out of the bottom of the closet, and I just jammed myself in here. I kind of thought that there was, I don't know, it's terrifying, and I'm a little nervous to leave. Because you can hear the wind outside, and you can hear everything, the thunder. I'm a little nervous. The siren's gonna go off again, to be honest. I grabbed a battery pack for my phone just in case. I'm gonna save my battery. Bye. Hi. So, what is today even? That's a good question. Oh, I don't know what today is. Oh my god, it's not working. What is today? It's the 16th. Okay, so it's April 15th. Technically it's 16th now because it's past midnight. But, so, how do I turn a long story into a short story? So, before I moved here, this was my grandmother's house. After she passed away, I moved in. Before she died, for several years, if not more than that, there have been numerous pest infestations between different types of roaches, and we've also had mice. So, I told my grandmother when she was still alive and she was healthy, I said, you know, when I come up for Christmas, we're just going to empty out all the cabinets and clean everything. Unfortunately, after that summer, which I told her that, she got really ill, and so I didn't clean her cabinets because she was in medical care facility. And eventually we brought her home and she died here. But, anyways, we were still having roach problems. When I moved in, you could find up to 15 roaches a day dead on the floor where we had sprayed. Eventually, I'd set up a bunch of bug traps, set off roach bombs. We had somebody come out and bait the house. I guess when my dad visited right after I left at Christmas, my dad came, I think I left like New Year's, I think I went back to work and my dad came up like the week after me, and then my dad called me and told me I had to come back quick because she was passing away shortly after we had moved her back into the house from the facility she had been at. And yeah, anyways, so I bombed the house last spring, and that did wonders. It killed pretty much everything. I set off bug bombs under the house, inside the house, and I set it off at the mobile home that we own next door. And I swear the one at the mobile home did nothing, because there was just tons of them. It worked. It just took a long time, and I had to get rid of all the food sources that they were eating from people that had lived there and moved out and just left everything. Anyways, so I've been battling this for a while, but it was pretty good. And I was kind of, it's always a wait and see thing. So you kill everything and then you have to wait several weeks to see if you see any signs of anything. So you spray, you bait, or you just bait. Because if you spray and bait the same place, then that doesn't do you a lick of good. Because they kind of oppose each other. It's weird. Anyways, but so you put out a bunch of bait and you wait. And what I was doing was basically sealing up any kind of holes I was finding. There's lots of... In the cabinets behind me, on the bottom, I guess there was some old water damage that had caused rot damage, and so that's where the mice were coming in. I ended up with mice again this last start of the year, like January, and managed to catch all of them and, you know, set them out in glue traps and rat traps and you name it, I had it out. And we got rid of those, or I got rid of those. We, the royal we, I don't know. Anyways, so got rid of the mouse problem, sealed up the holes from that, and I started seeing roaches come in again, and I'm like, where are they coming from? Come to find out, the vent hood that's up here just leads to the attic. It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't exhaust out the roof or anything. It was just a sheet metal that was wrapped around the vent pipe and just jammed up there. And there was no sealant or anything around that, so I had to seal all that up. And I had to wait and see if that got rid of the roaches again. And I baited around that cabinet inside, and I didn't see anything new. No poops, no legs, no corpses, even after baiting and all that. So, it has been a very slow, long process, because you have to remember, when I moved in, my grandmother had died. So all her stuff was still here. So all these cabinets, and she's lived in this house since she was like 28 or something. So all these cabinets were chock full of stuff. And I had to go through everything. And I threw a lot of it out, but I kept a lot of it too. And there was like my great-grandmother's china set that was in there. And, you know, it's other multiple sets of dishes that my grandmother had. And casserole dishes that, because she used to cook a lot. And she cooked a lot for different events. And she was very big into the church. And so she was constantly making food for them. And just different events that she did. So, I mean, she was a social lady. And she had the cookware to prove it. I mean, talk about some backup. I mean, this is... Okay, so, like, this is nasty. This is all stuff that needs to be cleaned. This stuff I'm working on right now. I've gotten some of these clean. These are ready to be thrown into the dishwasher and kind of like re-sanitized by scrubbed all the rust. I'm sorry. Oh, I have to bleep that. I'm gonna have to bleep that. Alright. Roach poops. And some of this has rust. Well, some has rust, and some needs some bleach, major bleach, and other stuff. So, like, the stuff that needs extra special treatment is kind of over here. I don't know why there was a paint roller thing that should be out in the garage, but it was in a cabinet. I'm gonna clean it and then put it wherever. But, like, some old stuff like that is gonna need some, like, barkeeper's friend or whatever, and try to clean it up a little bit better. Some of these are gonna need some bleach to get them not stained with roach poops. Should probably throw it out, but, I mean, if I can bleach it and get it clean, what does it matter? That's one less thing I have to buy, right? These are all my cups. These came with me. These are all clean. But I have done a lot of work in this last year trying to get these cabinets cleaned. So I've bleached them inside and out, scrubbed the ever-living daylights out of them, because you have to remember, roaches leave things behind. And I have to scrub it off, and it doesn't come off easy sometimes, and sometimes it does, and sometimes it's in grooves, and I'm OCD, and that just will not fly with me, so I have to scrub really well, and it's a peace of mind thing. Like, I have to know it's clean, or else I will not use it. But most of these cups, except for, like, the first couple front ones, are all my grandmother's cups. I've already cleaned all those. Those have all been bleached, sanitized, you name it, it's been done. And I donated a lot of them, too. And then these are all clean. And they're stacked up. Great-grandmother's china is back there, safely stored on a desk. I've cleaned the bad ones of those, but a lot of that was in a china hutch, so most of those are clean anyways. The roaches didn't get to those. There was some that were kept in the cabinet that I had to clean, and some still need a little bit of cleaning, not really from roaches, but just from wear, I guess. So I need to do that table, but they're not bad. It's basically just running through, like, the dishwasher, if they can handle that, and I have to ask if that's okay to do, or if I have to hand wash all those. All of these I've had to hand wash. I've had to scrub. I've had to bleach. I mean, it's been a lot of work. And my biggest fear is actually roaches. Like, that is one of my top fears. Like, some people are afraid of clowns. Some people are afraid of heights. I am afraid of roaches. I've gotten better over the years, and this whole situation has made me a little bit not immune to them. But I can handle them a little bit better, but I'm still not great with them. Like, I have a tolerance for them, but once I hit that tolerance, I can't take it anymore, and I have to stop, which is why this is taking so long. Because there have been piles upon piles upon piles of dead roaches in everything I've been cleaning. And I have a tolerance to it, and then I just break down. I can't do it anymore. And I usually try to stop before I hit that breakdown moment, and I just can't handle it anymore. So I try to, like, here, this is how bad it is. Alright. See how there's, like, little itty bitty things that don't quite look right in front of those numbers? See how there's just, like, little, you can't quite make out what those are? Well, guess what? Those are roach corpses. They've been there for years. That's how bad the infestation was, is that they're inside the oven clock. That's how bad they were. And I've had to clean all of it. Okay? Like, here, look. I think I still have 1 or 2 dishes that are really, really bad. That, putting on a glove, because I ain't touching that. See how bad this is? There was worse than that. See the pile? Okay? Think dishes upon dishes upon dishes. Like, 5 different dish sets full of this. I mean, look. They're caked on there. They're everywhere. And I think just piles upon piles and piles and piles and piles of dishes with nothing but that. Like, this is why it's taken me so long. It's been a year, and I'm still working on it. I'm almost done. I've gotten that cabinet. These two cabinets have lining in them. I can't do it because I got my dishwasher open, but let me see if I can. So I've cleaned these. I've bleached the ever-living daylights out of them. I've scrubbed them, and then I put blue grippy paper off in them after I had done roach watch, where basically I watched the cabinet for several weeks to make sure nothing has moved back in and that I don't have any roaches. That's how I found that infestation with the vent hood, that they were coming in from the attic. And I had to seal that because I'd cleaned these once already and I was still getting corpses from the bait that I had placed in there. I was still seeing poops. So I was like, I knew something was in there. So I had to clean it all up, seal it, and then scrub it all again and wait to see if anything came back. Lightly washed it down again, just to be sure. Let that dry, and then paper it again, and put the blue paper in there. These, thankfully, I had done a while ago. And I've put everything, this is all mostly my stuff. And I had already gone through that process with these cabinets a while ago. And never saw anything come back in them because they're not attached to anything. They're up off the ground. There had been a major infestation in the cabinets above here, but several years ago, I guess, me and my grandmother removed the refrigerator, and there was a massive crack in the wall paneling. See that? The wall paneling? Behind the refrigerator there was a massive crack, and they were living in the walls. And they were coming out, and I kid you not, there was roach poop about 2, 3, 4 inches high that my grandmother cleaned up because I didn't have the stomach for it. And that was several years ago. And she got in there and she cleaned it out. There's still, because the infestation was so bad, a lot of it's back, but the hole had been sealed. So that was all roaches that were basically trapped in here. They didn't have anywhere to go because their entrance and exit point had been sealed. But they were still living in the cabinet above the refrigerator. So, I'm almost done. It's been a long, bumpy road. But we're getting there. So I'm gonna, I got home from work probably around 10:30, 11, something like that. And it's currently, about 12:30 now. I had eaten dinner with strawberries and just kind of chilled for a bit, and I'm gonna get back to work on these dishes and hopefully get most of this done. I want to try to get all the stuff that's on the countertop done tomorrow. And I got some grocery shopping I need to do tomorrow since I finally got a day off of work. So we're gonna do that, and anyways. So I'm gonna sign off here. This is probably gonna be the end of the vlog. I don't know. Maybe I'll work on this tomorrow. Well, I'm supposed to. I'm going to work on it tomorrow. I'm going to work on it tomorrow. I don't know if I'll vlog it or not. I might do this as part of a second vlog. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if this is part of vlog 1 or if this goes into vlog 2. We'll see. I don't know. Anyways, bye! Thanks for stopping in! Rawr. Bye. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed me and my ferrets, it's free to subscribe, and remember, there's magic in art.